Alright, it's been a while since I've done one of these in front of the camera type videos, so I figured I'd go ahead and put one out there. I've had a lot of stuff going on lately, and I just figured I'd do kind of a generalized update as opposed to a commissions update. Though, your commissions update is coming soon, Clover, I promise you. Pluto is looking really freaking awesome, and I can't wait to show him off. But he's kind of in an in-between stage right now, and I want to wait till he's a little more done to show him off. So you just got to wait a little bit longer, and then I'll put out a video of him and all his disgusting glory, I guess. But he's definitely a cool one, and I'm really excited about the way he's coming out. I went and saw Fright Night last night, and it's definitely worth a watch. I'm kind of sick of this whole remake thing. I think everybody kind of is. I'm ready just for some good sequels to horror movies instead of all these remakes. But it was a good movie. I mean, I did not grow up with the original. It's something that I've watched more recently. So I don't have the nostalgia for it that a lot of people do. And I know that could be a very different opinion. But it was a good update on the story. The casting was great. I think they picked some really good actors for what they wanted to do. And it's really underperforming at the box office. And I think it's mostly because it's a rated R movie with vampires, so it's not appealing to the teenagers that normally go see this Twilight crap. And it's a remake, so people are staying away, but it's also a remake of a movie that not all that many people saw, so there's not the nostalgic value as much like Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween have. So it's kind of in this weird little category on its own. So definitely worth watching, though. I really enjoyed myself, and I think it's a good movie. By the way, I also saw it in 2D, not 3D. As much as I'm tired of remakes, I'm tired of 3D even more. I hate it. But it evidently was actually shot in 3D, from what I've heard. And from what I've also heard, there's a couple scenes that are a little hard to watch in 3D, but there's also some okay parts, but it's nothing that needs to be seen in 3D. Save your money, go the cheaper route. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on right now. One of the biggest things is, along with moving to Jacksonville, which I did, at the beginning of the summer, I had also started going back to school to finish my degree. I got my AA back when I lived in Panama City, and I kind of had to take some time off, trying to transition between schools, trying to figure out where to go to finish everything up, and a bunch of other garbage like that. And that's when I've been doing most of this customizing stuff, was kind of in the in-between time. So this is the first time, at least in a while, that I've done school and customizing together. So it feels like I'm not doing quite as much as I used to do. That's kind of why I've been just trying to work on commissions and things of that nature. And I'm still taking commissions right now, by the way. But I'm not working on as many projects for myself as I used to. Plus, anyway, at this point, I have most of the figures that I want in my collection. I have a Jason from each movie besides part one, but I'm okay with that. I have a good amount of Freddy's, I have a good amount of Michael Myers, I have my Leslie Vernon. I do want to finish up my Madman Mars figure, but there aren't really too many horror icons that I'm dying to customize to have on my own shelf. At least not right now. I feel like my collection's kind of in a good place, and whatever NECA and other companies kind of put out is kind of enough for me right now. Taking a little break, doing customs just for me, and trying to do more commission type things right now. And that's really what I'm focusing on. Next couple things, I think I'd mentioned all this in previous videos, but I'm going to say it again here. I'd started a Facebook fan group, I guess, for Cerberus Customs. Because I'm doing school and customizing and looking for an actual normal job, haven't really had as much time to do actual videos as I would have liked lately. So I'm going to start posting on there, doing kind of more quick updates, do just picture updates. I'm not going to stop doing these videos, but that's just a quicker way for me to do things if I'm, running between classes or busy doing stuff. It takes 30 seconds to put something up on Facebook as opposed to the time it takes to record a video, edit it, all that crap. So it's just an easier thing to do. So I'm going to put the link below. Follow me on there. Also follow me on Twitter. I'll put the link for that as well. So that's the direction I'm heading with that. And along with having less time for doing the videos for Cerberus Customs, as many of you know, I've been doing outside the box reviews. Once again, link in the description. There's going to be a whole ton of links down there, I think, at this point. I recently, YouTube enabled me to monetize my videos, like put ads on them, and I'd really appreciate if you guys would like to subscribe and click those buttons every so often. Clicking that button gets me like a couple cents per click, and once I get enough cents added up, eventually they'll allow me to actually take the money, which would be really nice. I think you have to get like $100 or something before they'll actually give it to you. If you guys could do that for me, I mean, it just takes one little click on your part when you're watching the video, and you know, they all add up, and eventually I will have money to blow on things, I guess. But I'd really appreciate it if you guys could do that for me. Also, with Outside the Box reviews, I'm going to be working on shooting a new intro video for it. I was looking at it the other day, kind of trying to critique it myself, which isn't always the easiest thing to do with your own stuff. But I feel like I went a little too review spot style with it. It's a little too reminiscent of his videos. I mean, it was kind of my... Review Spot is one of the main channels I started watching for reviews. I've since looked at a bunch of other reviewers and things, but his style just kind of ingrained itself in my head, and I think I followed it a little too closely. I'm not exactly happy with that, so I'm going to try to do some things, change it up, make it more my own creation, more reflective of my own stuff. And I'm starting to feel guilty, because I said I didn't have as much time to do the videos for Cerberus Customs. But I'm doing a lot of video projects. And granted, I mean, that's what my major's in, is video editing, digital media, that kind of stuff. I gotta start by giving a little shout out to New Geek on the Vlog. And recently I got his movie, The Right One. And by the way, it is definitely a very, very impressive first film for any director, I think. He did a really good job on it, especially considering what he had to work with it. But I think he definitely has potential to do some awesome films down the line, so definitely be interested to see future films he puts out. But after watching him, it's kind of like, that would be fun to do, go and actually make a movie. And my girlfriend Woody and I were talking about it, and we're actually going to try writing out some scripts and try to get some kind of idea, at least to do a short film of some nature. Maybe I could talk her into a horror film. That would make me happy. But you know, we're going to try to do something and actually go out and film it. But I kind of wanted to go do something more on my own as well, something I could do by myself. And recently I had finished my collection of King Kong DVDs. This is all of the King Kong movies currently available on DVD. There is The Mighty Kong, which is an animated musical that I don't have, that is only on VHS. And I mean, some other ones like King Kong appears in Edo, which is a lost film, so no way in hell I have that. But I started watching it, and I mean, I watched it as a kid. I watched it periodically throughout the years, and I've always loved it. I mean, I love Godzilla, I love King Kong, I love all those kind of... I love the old monster movies anyway, but specifically the giant monster type things. And while Godzilla's always been my favorite, just out of pure campiness, King Kong, at least the original, is a incredible piece of cinematic history. The effects are phenomenal. The story is great. It's just a wonderful movie. It's an amazing movie, and I was kind of reminded of how great it was watching it. I've been watching all of them. A lot of them I've been rewatching, King Kong vs. Godzilla being one I've seen many, many times. And I was thinking I really want to do kind of a documentary style film in the vein of Never Sleep Again or His Name Was Jason. Obviously I don't have access to the people to do the kind of interview based thing that those were, but I want to do some kind of documentary style thing. Possibly if I ever was capable of getting those interviews, I could maybe make it in a way that those could be put in later or something. And that's really ambitious from this point, but I just want to make a cohesive documentary cataloging at least the theatrical live action movies of Kong and kind of their significance and the differences between them and the history of it all. Total fan film. It's going to take forever. I've just started time coding the movies, trying to pick out the shots I want, started writing the script for it itself. It's going to be a long project. It's something I'm very excited to be doing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully it will turn out to be something that's at least watchable. Alright, continuing rambling on about stuff. It's a pretty minor thing, but I picked this up the other day. Bruce Campbell's biography, If Chins Could Kill. It's also kind of pushing me in the direction of doing the film type stuff, because it's really interesting to read about him and Sam Raimi and all their crew going out shooting Evil Dead, not knowing what the heck they're doing, just scraping together money and going for it. But it's a really interesting biography. Definitely a fun read so far. I haven't gotten too terribly far into it, but definitely fun to read. And the last major thing is I'm planning to head back to Spooky Empire Horror Convention in a little over a month. Still planning all that out, but hopefully it'll all pan out to go do that again this year. It was so much fun last year. I got Daniel Harris, Robert Englund, Kane Hodder. He's off camera here, but I got Danny Trejo's autograph. Just a really fun convention. Learned a lot of how to actually handle the convention last time, so hopefully I get a little more mileage out of it this year than I did last year. Last year I was very ill prepared for that whole experience. I ended up going, gonna do kind of what I did last year. Last year I ended up with like a 3-part video. At least this time I won't have to break it up into 10-minute segments. I could just upload it. But very excited about that. I guess that's pretty much it for this. Hopefully I haven't bored you to tears with my rambling on. Once again, all those links down in the description area for this. Please, it would be awesome. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that crap. Click the links on the Outside the Box review stuff. Make me some money. Be back soon with the update on Pluto and maybe some more cool stuff. Thank you to all of my subscribers. You guys are awesome. See you later.